up, man? Now, I think I fucking got my life. No, I didn't. I always do that. I always think I don't got my lighter. Whole time, shit be in my pocket. But let's talk about this week, right? So, how did this week go? This week started off Monday. We had a doctor's appointment. Went well. Went very well. Baby doing well. So far it's not like no birth defects detected or nothing like that. But me and my girl both found out that we basically like got like a form of anemia. So y'all notice how I always, like, most of the time I record, I'm in like a jacket or a long sleeve shirt. We is in South Carolina. You go outside down this bitch, it's hot as fuck. But anytime I'm inside, like anywhere for the most part, the temperature ain't near outside temperature, I'm probably be cold. Especially if I sit there long enough. But that was one interesting thing that we found out on Monday. I think after the appointment, I shipped off like 2 pairs of shoes. They needed to be shipped off. Turned in the tag I needed to turn in. Did we go get breakfast? Or did she cook breakfast? I can't remember if we went to go get breakfast or she cooked breakfast, but I think she cooked breakfast. Well, we ended up coming here and taking a nap for like hours at a time, type shit. But anyways, Monday was pretty sweet, you know what I'm saying? Wasn't too much razzling dazzling, right? Tuesday though. Now Tuesday is where it got interesting. Tuesday is where the girl me and Bae was talking about the other night on Salt Kids Snails Not Players. That's when Tuesday was the day she fumbled the bag. Basically somebody that we I guess you could say thought fucked with us a certain way was talking about us. Tuesday I actually called her myself, but prior to that some people told me she was talking about us. So once I heard it for myself, it was like I already knew them people were lying anyways though. That's besides the point. And I made like I actually made $100 that day. Like just straight flipping shoes on some shit. So I was like, that day was pretty sweet. Got people talking about me, but I'm making money. So it's like making the money go trump that shit anytime. Wednesday, something similar, but yet very different. And I'm gonna tell you why. Wednesday was the day that the person that was talking about me coming back to work. Cause we all work together in a sense, like a family type of thing. But anyway, she came back to work. Okay. I think that particular day, she ain't really cross my path like that in a sense. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, I lied. Tuesday ain't nothing going on Tuesday really. Cause Tuesday was my first day back. We ain't too much funny going on. It was Wednesday when she came back was the day that she fumbled the bag. Yeah. unless it was Tuesday, but I don't think she worked on Tuesday. Yeah, it had been Wednesday when she came back. Yeah, so Wednesday she came back from the bag. Goddamn. Yesterday called me. No, Wednesday was talking about me. Thursday called me because she was feeling bad, and I keep like tea and a coffee machine and stuff up there at the job. So I took it over there to her and stuff. Whatever. She still don't know, but like I said, if she ever watched my show, she'll know. But yeah, I still took it over there because at the end of the day, love lost. You feel me? But I don't fuck with you though. But any way I can help that ain't gonna take away too much time out of my life, I got you. But yeah, did that, but that day she didn't even work. She was just out of there. But that's a whole nother story. Then I met some basketball players from the Peach Jam. Cause we like, where I stole like not far from where the Peach Jam at for real. So, you got the hoopers, they be coming through to check out the shoes and shit. Niggas cool too. The parents and shit, they cool. They be spending that bag on their kids, you know what I'm saying? Doing it how they supposed to. I had a few rats this week. I ain't gonna lie, it's been a pretty good week this week, for real, for us. Things is starting to turn back around in the shoe stuff, for real. I've been getting a lot of people that want me to sell their shoe for them. I've been cleaning a lot of shoes. I've been having a lot of shoes to post. I've been talking to a lot of people. It's been a pretty good week, man. It's been a damn good week, honestly. Like, I can't even complain, for real. But I never really complain about the weeks, but this been one of them weeks I could sit back and reflect on that bitch because I actually was like feeling every moment of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't no dull moment, even when it was a dull moment. I spiced that all up. You know what I'm saying? For real, for real. I got to color my little poster a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I got to make some more beads. You feel me? If y'all trying to get these, what I said it was, one of them would be $8, and we doing 2 for 10, so it's better to go and get 2. How you can order it? Shit, hit me up on Instagram. You feel me? Website not quite up, but I'm gonna go ahead and get that website popping for y'all. Y'all can order it directly out the website. I'm gonna check it out and make sure that shipping and shit ain't going crazy. Like, you know what I mean? Make sure that shipping ain't too much of, but we gonna go from there. But yeah, cause I could really put these bitches in envelopes and send them in envelopes. I just don't know how long it'll take if you do it that way. But that's like the cheapest way to ship a bracelet, like, honestly. And it's a bead bracelet, so like, who the fuck goes? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. We'll figure it out, guys. As soon as y'all start ordering them, I got like, well, I'm gonna say shit, cause the ones on my arms, they for sale too, but only like one of them ain't. So I got 3 for sale right here only, and like 7 more in the room or something. And then I was talking to this girl today. She real cool. She was good. She big on shoes and stuff. Well, I ain't gonna say she real big on shoes, but she know her shoe shit, for real. She know more about shoes than I do, for real, for real. She got a nice car too, for real, for real. Motherfucker go fast. I'm pretty sure it go fast. For real, for real. But I'm gonna tell y'all the same thing she told me and the same thing I told her. When it comes to this shit, man, you just gotta be consistent, man. Really with anything. Cause for real, I'm gonna be honest with you. The type of week I had this week is a result of the work I've been putting in. Fuck that. That's why we had a good week. That's why it's been a great fucking week. Cause all that hard work is paying the fuck off. I've been doing this shit. I ain't even talking about this YouTube shit. It's besides this. We talking about family business right now. I've been doing this selling and buying and trading and cleaning shoes. I've been doing this shit for like almost fucking, bruh, almost a year now, dog. Not no cap. Let's say let's say December, January-ish, that'll be a year, dog, that I've been doing this shoe selling shit. And, bro, I think I'm at, like, what? Let's say I started in, like, when I started, like, technically, like, December, January, something like that. Let's say I started in January, right? So, what, January, you don't count January, so you like February, March. We in July, that's 6 months. Bruh, 6 months. It only, usually, when it come down to like real new shit, 6 months is what it take me before I got down and get that bitch going for real. And it's been 6 months, dog. It's been 6 consistent fucking months I've been working in that bitch, and it's showing. And in them days I put in that fucking overtime, and I come in early, do some old extra ass shit, like some shit like trying to learn some shit or get better at some shit. Shit paying off. And this week was the week that I seen it. I seen it with my own fucking eyes. I seen it. And you don't know how good that shit feel after you don't work hard. And then it's like, that's only 6 months, nigga. I'm waiting a year, and then a year and a half, and then 2 years. And then you get what I'm saying? Like, it's all about how good I want to get at the shit for real. And then we gonna talk about something, right? About being the best, right? Cause like, you can't be the best at everything. You gotta kind of pick what you want to be the best at. Honestly, that's why you like basketball, right? You can talk basketball, right? They say who the greatest of all time, right? And then somebody was saying LeBron, but then they was like Ray Allen was like, how? He was like, cause this, and then he was like, but then he was like, is he the greatest 3-point shooter of all time? Is he the greatest rebounder of all time? Is he the best ball handler of all time? So it's like, in order to call yourself the greatest of all time, you gotta really like fill up every category. And ain't nobody doing that shit. So you gotta really specifically say what a person is great at when it comes to sports. Now, when it comes to a sport like a tennis or golf, where it's like it's all about you, then yeah, you could probably say something about somebody being the greatest of all time, because it's just them against them. You know what I'm saying? It's like a one-on-one type of sport. You feel me? But sports like football, basketball, baseball, soccer, and shit like that, it's hard to say who the greatest of all time when it comes to those sports. But it's fun to talk about. It's damn near impossible though. Like, for real, for real. And then I was watching this video. I'm gonna talk about the whole week. I was watching this video. It was showing how basketball changed, like, tremendously. But in some ways, it stayed the same. As far as, like, offensive sets and just different shit like that. Like, they still run the pistol action. They still run the motion. They still run the scissors. They still run the faux flat or whatever. They still run ISO basketball. But I found out about teams that just, they live off of passing the ball. Like, they just pass it a lot. Like, they gotta pass that bitch so many times before they even take one dribble type shit. Like, that's their team, that's their shit, that's what they do. Mm-hmm. Then he was talking about how the way they shot the ball back in the day, nobody really had like a balanced shot. Like, nobody really had a jump shot for real. That shit was just awkward as fuck. Like, they was doing layups from 3-point line. And then they shot their free throws granny style is what they call it. When you flip that bitch up like that, they call that bitch granny style. Like, basketball changed, bro. And then back then, they didn't run a lot of ball picks. It's a lot of shit that they just didn't do. pass it that much in like one decade. They didn't pass like that. I think it was like from 1998 to like 2004. They had like this thing that was like called illegal defense, where like you basically couldn't play help defense. Like, and if you did, you had to do it a certain way. Like, if you was go double team, you couldn't halfway double team. You had to double team or don't double team at all. And then you couldn't help if, like, say for instance, if they got a player that's above the free throw line, you couldn't just like, I don't know how to explain it. You couldn't just like play halfway. You feel me? Like, you basically, you couldn't play help defense, because that was basically cheating on some shit. Like, basketball changed a lot, like a whole lot. Like, and then they was talking about how, like, a lot of players back then, they really couldn't use their left hand. Like, it showed the percentages of like how majority of the players back then, I think they used their right hand like 80 something percent or 70 something percent, because it was like 22% left hand, and then it was like the other 72 or so percent that was right handed. But then when you look at it today, in today's NBA, it was like 45-55. So they almost using their left hand just as much as their right hand. But it's just a lot of changes that they have made in these sports, bro. Like basketball in general. But the biggest one of all is definitely the whole like illegal defense thing. Cause now you notice how they switch a lot, like on defense. Like most teams switching. Like they ain't doing, like you ain't chasing, like you ain't finna do all this chasing the nigga all around the court, bro. Like we switching everything. Like it was a time where a coach would try to say that your ass was lazy because you was trying to switch, but now everybody's so fucking good and skilled and shit. Switching is just like the best option, because if you don't switch, your ass gonna get dunked on. Fuck around and get your ass posterized or something. So, yeah, when it come down to the switching rule, well, it ain't even a rule. When it come down to just switching though, like, I knew at some point it was gonna get to a point where they switch, because certain players is just too fast to be trying to chase them. Certain players is just too strong. Like, it's just too much skills in basketball right now for people to be like playing like that. But that was one of the biggest rules that blew my mind when I heard about that. Like the illegal defense, I was like, I thought to myself, no wonder Jordan wins. No wonder they couldn't stop Jordan. They couldn't double team. At a certain point, they couldn't double team. They couldn't do nothing. They had to, you know what I'm saying, play ISO. And then it was one point in time, where they was playing majority ISO basketball, like straight one-on-one. You'll see it. They'll show you the X's and O's and stuff. And then they'll show you how, like, they just basically clear it out. And then he was showing how, like, Malone was playing and how Paxson was playing, like how they was trying to get into him a certain way and all kind of stuff, bro. They was breaking everything down, dog. Like, when I tell you they were breaking it down, man, bro, they had it looking really good. As far as like just describing it and, you know, showing you how it looked, like breaking it down play by play. They was breaking that whole down nicely. Real good. For real. What else? I think I watched one about the 2004 championship. Do y'all know who the 2004 NBA champions was? Nobody remembers who the 2004 champions were, but I do. Do y'all know? Oh wait, 2004. 2004 champions was Detroit. Man. Detroit won the NBA Finals in 2004. They beat the Lakers. They beat the Lakers. They beat the Kobe and Shaq Lakers. Plus they had Gary Payton. They probably had somebody else that was fired on there too, but I just can't remember. But them was three people that I can remember vividly. That's why nobody remembers that they won that championship, because of the fact that they don't want to remember. But Detroit won that, and they did it with a good team. They ain't really had no like super duper stars on the team. Not really. They had all stars for sure. They had like at least 3 all stars, maybe even 4. You know what I'm saying? But as far as like a superstar, they ain't really had no superstars. Mm-hmm. Not one. I mean, maybe a defensive superstar, Ben Wallace or something like that. But other than that, they had a good team though. Chauncey Billups, Will Hamilton, Tayshaun Prince, motherfucking Rasheed Wallace, Ben Wallace. And see, that's all I know. I don't know nobody on the bench. I only know the starting 5. That's it. That's how crazy it is that they won that finals, bro. And I think they won that bitch 4-1. They won it 4-1. Yeah. Almost swept their ass. For sure. For sure. And they won another championship too. Hell, 2005. I can't even tell you no lie. I can't even tell you who won the 2005. But I think it was the Dallas Mavericks. I think it was. But maybe I'm tripping. I don't think it was Dallas. I think I'm tripping. Might have been the Spurs. Might have been the Spurs. I think. Can't remember. But I know who won the 06. Dwayne Wade won in 2006. Yeah. I forgot what grade I was in though. I know I was living in Augusta at the time. I forget what grade I was in. I think I had to be in like goddamn 7th grade probably. Something like that. Yup. About the 7th grade. Yup. I think so. I remember it though. Yeah. That was my first year on the basketball team too. That was my first time ever playing real basketball, like with a referee and whistles and all that shit. Yeah, man. I can remember a lot of shit. For real, for real. I used to have, when I was real little, motherfucker probably can't believe I remember this shit, but I remember a lot of shit, right? I don't know how old I was, but I had wild hogs. I had like 3 of them motherfuckers. And like, them bitches grow so fast, bro. Cause I remember them being like, not big, but like kinda big. But then like, I don't know. One day I wake up, I go out there, and these motherfuckers big enough to ride on. I'm like, damn. So I roll one of them motherfuckers. But we talking about real wild hogs though. Like, real wild hogs. Like, not a pig. No. With the motherfucking tusks. A wild hog, man. Like, puma, man. I had pumas. I ain't bullshitting, dog. I had 3 of them motherfuckers. They was black. But they might have been brown. But they looked black because they were so dirty. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I had 3 of them. I had 3 Rottweilers. What else? Before I got the 3 Rottweilers, I had a German Shepherd And it's crazy because my dog right now named Duke, but my very first dog ever was named Duke. He was a German Shepherd. And that was my motherfucking ride or die right there, because he was so big, I was so little, I could ride his back. He let me ride on his back. Goddamn, my mom couldn't whoop me in front of him because he'll try to bite their ass when they try to whoop me. Well, he wouldn't really try to bite them, but you know how like he be protecting me, he'll start growling. So it's like, I ain't gonna do nothing to you, but as soon as you hit him, I'm gonna bite the shit out you. So he used to have to like whoop me when he went around and shit like that. But yeah, man, I remember a lot of shit. I burnt my motherfucking hand with an iron. Cause I was trying to be like my daddy. Cause my dad, you know how like grown ups, like when they, well, I don't know if people still do this shit, but back in the day, a motherfucker used to tap the iron just to see if it was hot. Like, I don't know why you tapping the shit. It's gonna eventually get hot, but back in the day, motherfuckers used to want to tap the iron to make sure they, like, you know, see if it's hot or whatever, right? Or see if it's, you know, whatever, right? So he had undid that, you know, to see if it had warmed up a little bit. And then me being like, trying to be like my daddy, like, I want to do the shit too. So I go over there and I don't tap the iron, bro. I don't tap the shit. I stick my motherfucking hand on that bitch and just like, I kind of just sat the shit there like a jackass, like what the fuck, bro? So once I realized like what the fuck I'm doing, like the dumb shit that I'm doing, basically, this shit is, I done burnt the fuck out my hand, bro. Like I had to get like a ace bandage wrapped on it, but it wasn't like bad, like skin peeling bad or nothing like that. But it was pretty bad to the point where I had to wrap that ace bandage and shit. But that's one of the moments I ain't gonna never forget too. And then also in the, like, it was the second grade. I was 7 years old. That's why I get this goddamn scar on my hand. If y'all can see that motherfucker, I got a scar on my hand. I had to get stitches. I think that was the only time I ever had to get stitches. I think I had to get like maybe 7, 8, something like that. It couldn't have been too many. I don't know. You never know how many stitches, because it'd be a lot of stitches. But so let me tell you the story about that, right? I know this was supposed to be about my week, and I just jumped into a whole bunch of other shit, but this is my week as well, because these are the shit that I be thinking about. I just don't get to tell nobody. But boom, right? So I'm 7, right? It's about to start raining. But not only is it about to start raining, nigga, it's thunder and lightning. And where we from, sometimes lightning strike on the fucking ground around your ass. Like, nah, real shit. I had a teacher that got struck by lightning type shit. Like, it hit her screen though when she was about to goddamn, you know, grab that bitch. So that's getting struck by lightning, you feel me? So when you know people like that, you don't play by no motherfucking thunder and lightning, bro. So I took the fuck out. I'm gone. I'm running through the woods because I got like this little path and shit. You know what I'm saying? But see, I think what happened was, what made me fall was I kind of ran off course on some shit. So boom, I'm running. Boom, fell. Hit my hand on some fucking metal or some shit, bro. So boom, at the time I ain't realize it. That's how scared a nigga was of the thunder and the lightning, right? Don't got no clue. I done ripped my shit the fuck open. I'm still running, right? It's not until I get to the house and then I grab the doorknob. And when I grab the doorknob to turn the doorknob, as soon as I, apply that pressure to turn, bro, I felt the most excruciating pain in my hand ever. And when I looked at my hand, bro, boy, when I say all I seen was blood all on my hand, and a nigga just went in straight panic mode, boy. Ooh, panic mode out this motherfucking world, nigga. I'm talking about. I run in the house. This when my granny was still alive. R.I.P. Granny. I say, Granny, my hand bleed. I cut it. She all calm and shit. You know. Ah, shit. Let me see it. She too cool for school. Oh shit, let me see it. I let her see it. She said, "Oh my God, it's bloody." Go rinse it off. She looked at it. She said, "Ooh." She started reaching her finger towards it. She got right there, like right before she touched it. She said, "I see the bone." Pushed on my motherfucker. Bro, when I tell you I was mad at my granny that day, boy, she stuck her finger in there and pushed it. Like, pushed that shit. Talking about something, she see the bone. Like, you see the bone, and you go stick your finger in there and just push it like that. She was like, "I wasn't trying to push it. I was trying to get the stick out. You had a stick in it." Yeah, I had a piece of the stick stuck in my hand as well. So I'm all fucked up. Right? Goddamn, my auntie fucked around and rushed me to the hospital. Goddamn, but daddy ended up getting my mama already like kind of be up there because she worked at that type of shit. Man, they had to put stitches on my hand, bro. I ain't gonna tell you no lie, bro. I think I fucked around. Boy, when I seen that goddamn stitches needle. Man, I ain't but so big, bro. But when I tell you a nigga got strong quick, and I'm only 7 years old right here at this moment, but boy, when like it's certain levels of fear that it just bring out like certain strengths. You feel me? But when I tell you, like I literally like pushed off like 2, 3 doctors and shit. I kicked the shit out of somebody. They had to get stitches. The other one got kicked. They ain't get fucked up like the other one, but I kicked one of them motherfuckers so hard they had to get stitches. No cap. My mama told me after the whole situation, I was like, "Ooh, tell her I'm sorry." But yeah, so what they had to do was they basically had to put me in a straight jacket, but like it wasn't really a straight jacket. They just wrapped me up like I was in a straight jacket. Like this arm was wrapped up all in plastic. Everything was wrapped in plastic. The only thing that was sticking out was this hand. So a nigga was in there like a mummy. And, and I ain't even gonna cap. I'm still in that bitch squirming like a fish. But then my daddy was like, "Just chill, man. Just chill." So when my daddy and my mama being in there, that shit helped a little bit. I ain't gonna cap. And that's why it's important to have your parents in your life, man. I know I just had to throw that in there. But anytime I was fucked up, like, see, I don't get in street trouble. I get in a little bullshit, like I done fuck myself up type of trouble. And anytime I ever got in like little trouble, they was always there, bro. I swear that shit been keeping a nigga alive. But yeah, that was like the most traumatic shit I ever went through when I was little. But then another one was this. Me and my goddamn cousins, we bad as fuck. We playing hide and seek in the house, bro. So my cousin, my girl cousin, she fuck around. I forget if she was running to base. I think she was running to base, bro. Base was in my granny room. But like, my granny just used to have so much like, I don't know, like fine china and cabinets and dressers and shit. You feel me? Like shit with like hard, like with corners and shit on it. You know what I'm saying? Like just dangerous shit for kids this bad that running around and shit. You feel me? I ain't blaming granny. But I'm just saying, she just had a lot of like tables and shit everywhere, bro. So boom, I can't even remember completely if this table was in her room or it was right. It was in her room, and that's even more of the fucked up part. This shit was in her room, so she was really at base already, but she just didn't make it. Like she just couldn't make it. But dang, I ain't been to Granny house in so long, bro. Oh, anyway, let me get back in the mall, right? So boom, I'm chasing her, right? She got like she got me. You feel me? She like, you know, she like she hadn't got like the jump on the nigga basically. I'm it though. I'm the nigga that's it. But she hadn't got the jump on my ass. So like I could catch her, but she was already pretty much around the couch. I still had to get to the damn corner of the couch, right? So instead, I say, fuck it, I'm gonna jump over the couch. I ain't jump over the whole couch, of course. I'm a little ass kid. But I jumped over the arm of the couch and like just, you know, ran like I was running on water to the other side type shit, right? I ain't been smoking this shit out. So boom, as I'm on my matrix shit, basically, cause at this point I'm like right there with you, you know what I'm saying? As I'm on my matrix shit, right? You know how you be running from somebody and you can feel when they like right there, like you can just feel that shit like a hand or something, right? She had to have felt me about to get her, cause it's like I don't know how to explain it, bro. It was like she was going one speed and then it just like she tried to hit overdrive. And when she tried to hit overdrive, I guess she lost balance because boom, she fell through the door. And when she fell through the door, she hit her face on like the dresser and like bow, it cut her shit open like a gash, like a boxing gash, like Mayweather tapped the ass back. You know what I'm saying? And just gashed that shit open. And boy, I don't think she cried like immediately off the rip. She might have didn't cry at all. I don't even remember her crying, honestly. I don't even remember her crying. Motherfucker a gangster. I don't even think she cried, dog. I gotta ask her about that when I see her. I don't even think she cried though. She a fucking G, cause I cried once I seen what the fuck was going on, nigga. I cried a little bit. I don't think she cried at all though. I think I cried when she bust her shit open too. I did. That shit fucked me up though. I thought I had to kill her. Bro, cause when she turned around, nigga. Oh my god. All the blood was on her face. And then this my mixed cousin, so she like white and black, so she more like her skin light, you feel me? But like the blood mixed with the skin, I'm like, oh my god, she gonna die, bro. Like I thought she was gonna die. I thought she was gonna make it, bro. I was feeling so bad, bro. I was like, damn, bro, I done killed my cousin playing hide and seek. I ain't gonna count. We stopped playing for a little while after that. I ain't even gonna bullshit you. A matter of fact, I think that was it. I think that was it right there. I think after that we changed the rules to when you get caught, we ain't running. Bitch, you caught. Cause that shit fucked me up, bruh. I think I cried. I damn sure did, yo. I cried like a motherfucker. I think she picked on me for crying. I was like, man, I thought I had been killed you. But yeah. Then we was bad as fuck, me and my little cousin. We threw grass on my uncle's car. You like, what you mean y'all threw grass on your uncle's car? Like, we was so bad, bro. Like, we was pulling the grass out the ground, like roots and all. So we was pulling up grass and dirt type shit, like basically to the roots, right? And you know, if you pull enough of the roots out the ground, it be like dirt with it and shit, right? So we pulling this shit up, bro. We done pulled up a lot of that shit, right? I don't know why we did this shit, but it was just bad, bruh. So we done got all this grass, right? And my uncle had like this, like I think it was a blue cutlass. Motherfucker was clean to the motherfucker. I think it was drivable at the time. I don't know if he hadn't did something to us earlier that day, said something to us earlier that day. But we was like, fuck that nigga. We threw grass all on his car, bro. And I'm talking about we got that shit good. Front, back. Nigga, man, what? And then it was a little moist, you know what I'm saying? We was some badass kids. And then he beat our ass. Yeah, he beat our ass. I ain't gonna lie. We got our ass beat. But yeah, that was one of the moments too. And then they traumatized my ass for a minute. I ain't gonna lie, for a moment. I was fucked up for a little while. Like Scream, I could not stand Scream, dog. But let me tell you why. So, I'm chilling one day. I was the baddest. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I probably was the baddest, but I was always the smartest too. So that's why on some shit, right? But with me being the baddest, you know, your aunties or uncles, they go figure out a way to goddamn get your ass back. You feel me? Like, they ain't gonna whoop you all the time. Sometimes they gonna scare the shit out you. And boy, they do it. I'm in that chilling. I think I might have been asleep. Was I asleep? Was I taking a nap? I don't know. I was doing something, bro. I was chilling doing something, bro. So, auntie was like, hey, come here real quick. She was like, I gotta show you something. Now, even as a kid, I had real good ass intuition. Because she telling me to come here, she gotta show me something. But the look on her face got me thinking, man, you up to something, dog. But I ain't thinking nothing of it, because I don't know nothing about the stream mask. I don't know nothing about nothing. I'm just like, okay, what could you possibly have to show me, right? Now, I admit, now that I think about it, I was kind of dumb. Because when she asked me to go, she was like, it's in here. I was like, it's in here? I'm thinking, it's in my uncle's room. You don't even go in my uncle's room. Like, he don't even let y'all in here. This shit ain't adding up, but I'm still going along with it because as a kid, you smart as a kid, but you still be dumb. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you ask a kid, see what, after a kid make a decision, ask them if they thought about doing either the opposite or just something else. And most of them probably gonna be like, yeah, they thought about it. And then when you ask them why they ain't just do what they thought about doing, they gonna probably say they don't know. Because at that time, I don't know what the fuck made me just still go into knowing that, first of all, don't go in here. Second of all, what the fuck you got to show me? Like, you ain't got shit to show me. Like, so putting all this shit together, this shit just, I feel dumb. But I was a kid, so I was dumb as a kid. But I was smart too, because I knew something went right. So boom. Now what really should have been the moment that I just said, you know what, this ain't a good idea, is when she told me to open the fucking closet. Because when I opened the closet, there it was, goddamn the screen, and bruh, when I tell you it looked like the real Scream, I think at this time, they was making that costume too real. Because, nigga, he had everything on. Everything. And I think nigga had a knife and all, bruh. So, me, shit, I been fast. Out of there. But, being a dumb kid, I ain't run outside. I ain't running the closet or the bathroom. Bathroom probably been a good place. You could lock the door in the bathroom. Tell me why I run under the kitchen table. Kid, bruh. I don't know if I saw that shit in the movie. I don't know what the fuck possessed me to run under the kitchen table, but that's the place I chose to run, right? So I run under the kitchen table, of course. You know, running, I hit my motherfucking head under the table, of course. But like, what the fuck be wrong with us as kids? Cause I'm still thinking about that shit. I ran under the kitchen table. And then I thought I was really like keeping myself safe, cause like at the time, you know, I was real small. And the way my granny kitchen table was set up, honestly, we used that kitchen table as like a high spot, so a high seat. You feel me? Cause you could like lay on top of all the chairs under the table, so you'll be like under the table, and then it's like the sides will be down a little bit, and then you'll be staring up like by the chairs type shit. I used to hide in the cabinets. I was so small. I could hide in the kitchen cabinets. The top cabinet, we was hiding in the top cabinets, nigga. The bottom cabinets. It ain't matter. If it was a cabinet that ain't have a lot of shit in it, or we could move that shit to the side, or move something to another spot or some shit, we was hiding in some cabinets, dog. And honestly, that's what made the games better. We was hiding on top of shit we ain't supposed to be hiding on top of. We was hiding under shit we ain't supposed to be hiding under. Bro, we was some badass kids, bro. We was having fun though, dog. I don't give a fuck. That shit was fun. And then we had a Venus flytrap, right? That's one of them flowers that eat flies and shit, right? We had one of them. Really, we had like two of them. I think one of them died or some shit. But the one that was getting off, the big one was getting off. Cause bitch, when I tell you, when we had my boy in the house, wasn't no flies in that bitch. I might see one for like a minute. Man, after a while, that bitch would be gone. My boy was getting off, you feel me? And I think that's why he was getting so big, because he was eating, bruh. Ain't no way he wouldn't, because before we got him, fly crazy. It's flies everywhere in that bitch. We got him, man, look, there ain't no flies in that bitch. Nowhere, dog. It got to the point, the same cousin that bust our house, she fuck around. She get bored. We get bored one day. She say, I wonder if he eat other stuff. Motherfucker started feeding the flower paper towels, bro. I kid you not, bro. I don't know if it did anything to it to harm it, but it was still living. I forget how it died. I don't know if we threw it away. Somebody threw it away on accident, kicked it over what. But that goddamn Venus flytrap lasted for a very long time. Mm-hmm. Yes, it did. Man, we used to play wrestling with my cousins on the trampoline. We used to like play WWE out there, bitch. Real wrestling moves, nigga. Really get choke slam, nigga. Really get rock bottom, nigga. Really get stone cold stunned, nigga. Yeah. Started making our own moves out there, bitch. We used to have so much fun, bro. I ain't even gonna count. Bicycles, everybody had a bike. And if you didn't, bitch, we was gonna get you one. We was gonna either build you a bike, or goddamn take some bikes that was broke, get some parts that was working, put them bitches together, and make you a bike out of that bitch. Yes, sir. Man, my childhood was lit. I ain't bragging, but I'm bragging. That shit was lit. I wish everybody could live like that. And honestly, shit, that shit was lit, bro. I played AAU basketball. I went to Disney World and played basketball. Well, really Universal Studios, but it was like right there. So it was like, I played in the Nationals, nigga. Like, I did a lot of shit. Dog. For real. Now I gotta do a lot of grown up shit. But I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all go, man. I probably not over talk. I was telling y'all about my week, which was a great week. It was so great that I had to reminisce a little bit. Once again, if you made it to the end of the video, I appreciate you, man. It's TiggPolitics Show.